Cancer. Usually I pull some cards off camera and I sit with the energy for some time, but I'm really feeling guided to just press play and get right into it. I got some messages here already, and the first thing I want to tell you is that there's a very strong feminine energy coming in, and I felt like as I was getting ready for your reading, I felt like I was looking pretty feminine today as opposed to some other days. And this is part of your energy. And there's also a feminine guide, a feminine energy that wants to work with you in some capacity. This could be an aspect of yourself. It could be a guide. I was also very drawn to this book that's on my shelf over there, which is about Heckate. So this could be somebody that you're working with or working on, I'm hearing, trying to understand. It feels like this feminine energy has a little bit of a shadowy, dark aspect, but this doesn't equate to evil, bad, malice, or anything to be fearful of. There's this feminine energy I'm picking up on is here to show you things about yourself and about the doorways that are opening for you. And your encounter with your own energy or with someone else's energy or a guide's energy that holds this like kind of dark, divine, feminine vibe, they're really trying to guide you, and they are very loving and kind. Now, this is a general message, so you have to trust your own intuition and also be very intentional if you are working with any kind of deity, guide, archetype even, or thought form. Be very intentional about why you're doing it, what it means to you. Set, some boundaries around how far you want to go with things, etc., just to protect your own energy and so that you can open up and trust the process. This is a different message for you, Cancer, than what I usually get. But I thought what we do here is flip to a random page and see if there's a message that wants to come through in addition to what I've gotten here. Before we do that, I also want to say that I pulled out a card from a deck of channeled words and that I created, and what I got for you was soften, which makes perfect sense with this energy. And I feel like Spirit is saying that shadowy, maybe witchy vibes, or just, it doesn't even have to be that. It could just be something mysterious, divine, feminine, mysterious energy. Doesn't mean that it's harsh, doesn't mean that it's abrasive anyway. It's actually quite soft in a loving, kind way. This energy that's coming through for you is approaching you. Again, if this feels weird or it's you're like feeling strange about this, then take it as an aspect of yourself, okay? But this energy that's approaching you is approaching you because of your wisdom, okay? There's a certain level of respect that this energy has for you, okay? So remember that it's working for you, not against you, and you're not working for it. So I think this is important to remember, okay? So you could be having some encounters here. There could be things coming up with feathers, mirrors, seeing something broken here, keys, crossroads, train tracks, things like that. Anything else? I'm seeing red, and maybe a red thread comes through quite often on this channel. I'm seeing that here. I'm hearing something about a pigeon, which is a messenger bird. So let's see what we get here, Cancer. Very different energy for you, very unique. I'm hearing which is a part of your channel, your uniqueness, maybe your energetic channel, or maybe you have a channel. 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm hearing it's somewhere in the front. Ooh, the triple goddess, 3. Interesting. Number 33. Yeah, Cancer. Okay, we're in the realm of magic for sure. Okay, I'm just going to read this and then I'll read the triple goddess passage that's over here. But here what's catching my eyes is... what is catching my eye, but I said plural, so maybe there's something about your third eye as well, is this passage that says, our awakening to Heckate and her deeper world often comes when we feel defeated, enslaved by pain, and in the thrall of shadow. We see here again the triplicity of the goddess, for we are shadow, self, and soul. Our dance of wholeness is that of three, as we weave the three together. And then it says, the author says, I'm often asked why so many who have endured great trauma and hardship are drawn to Hecate and her mysteries. Certainly, she is soul. She calls us back to our own. Beyond this, I feel it is her power of transformation that reverberates with those who have been grievously injured by the outer world. In our rituals and magic, we find the strength to heal ourselves because we see the possibility she embodies. The separate lines merge into one sigil that thrums with potentiality. The simple piece of string becomes a talisman that we wear to guide us forward in truth. So maybe there's some kind of talisman or protective amulet you have, or maybe a red thread would be something that you want to wear around your wrist or your ankle, I'm hearing. Just as a reminder of the divine protection that you are receiving at this time. Okay, let me read this bit, and then we'll get into the other messages, and I'll pull out some cards and do the whole thing. Okay, so it says here, come here to me, goddess of night, beast slayer, and heed my prayers. And then it says Selene. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a goddess of some sort. Who rises and sets at night, triple-headed, triple-named, mistress of night and the underworld, sacred. Round whom the star-traversing nature of the universe spins. Give bleed to me, lady, I ask of you. I feel like we're calling in Hecate. Now, again, if this makes you feel weird or strange or scared, then maybe don't watch this. But you are all powerful. You are divinely protected by yourself and by source. So there is really 100% nothing to fear, okay? But you do you. I'm feeling guided to do this. Okay, you have established every worldly thing, for you engendered everything on earth, and from the sea, and every race in turn, of winged birds who seek their nests again, mother of all who bore love, Aphrodite, lamb-bearer, shining aglow. And then it says Selene. I don't know, I'm not familiar with the Selene. I have to look that up and see what that's all about. Triformis, the transformation. Okay, Cancer, we're going in. We're going in. I like it. Again, this is coming to you in this way because of your wisdom and your willingness and readiness to go to these places. So this book is by Cindy Brennan. I'm pretty sure you can find her and her work online. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to her. Is that what you call it, subscribed? I follow her on Instagram. But I think this book is widely available if you're interested in it. I do recommend it. I'm only a little bit in, but it's good. Okay. If this message is resonating. So what I got here for you, Cancer, is the bigger picture is more important than the details. Someone thinks you're too far away from them, or you feel too far away. The numbers 252 and 14. And there's messages, omens, spirit guides all around you. Okay, maybe you've been seeing things and wondering, is this a message for me? Like a billboard or a sign or something like this? Yes, it is. And if you feel like you're not receiving messages at this time, all you have to do is ask. There's also something very important coming in for you about realizing your divine authority and putting yourself in the chain of command in a place of authority. And this feels like a spiritual understanding. So perhaps you've been putting your guides as higher beings over and above yourself, but Spirit doesn't want you to think of it in that way, okay? They're in service to you. You're also in service to them in other ways, but it's important for you to reclaim your authority in your practice, in your process, okay? Anything else there? I'm hearing what you know is what you see. And then the softening, trust, open up. There's a divine doorway for you. Okay, wow. So all of these decks I chose, and I'll list them all in the description box below, are very like, the backs are very also feminine, pastel-y, they're very soft, but the content of the decks, like the images on the other side, can be a little bit confronting. They can be a little bit dark. So I found that contrast to speak to your energy as well. So let's get in Cancer. I was about to say Taurus, so maybe there's something about Taurian energy that's significant for you at this time, or you have it in your chart. Let's see here. I'm seeing embrace knowledge. What you see is what you know. Maybe you're getting some confirmation here about something. Cancer. You kind of came through the energy like a dark horse too. I really was not sure what sign I knew I was guided to read today, but I had no idea for what sign. And I almost started receiving the messages before knowing the sign, but I stopped it because I want to know who I'm reading for. This is all part of your message, right? It's like you want that intention. You want to know who you're connecting with, what you're connecting with, what aspect of yourself before you start channeling in that information or before you start going to those places within yourself. So yeah, that's about those boundaries again. The encounter. I told you there's an encounter here, but look how beautiful. Look how beautiful the being is that you're encountering, that part of yourself that connects to this divine, dark, wise, mysterious, feminine energy, compassion. And sacred sexuality. So the doorway that's opening up for you, Cancer, is a door of healing. Healing your connection to your body. Maybe even to your sexual energy. There's also an understanding of your creative value here that's being emphasized as you go through this doorway. I feel like the compassion is this feminine energy being compassionate with you, allowing you to take as much time as you need before you move through this doorway. You've had an encounter with this energy, like you've already encountered it. It's here for you. It's part of source consciousness. It's part of the divine. And it's here to move you into a phase, winter sowing, where you're able to create, or you're able to see the fruits of your labor. You're able to bring out all of those nuggets of wisdom that you've gained along the way in your journey. You're really able to see them for what they are. I'm missing something here, though. What am I missing? It's a wholehearted bridge. Well, I'm missing something, though. See them for what they are. Well, okay, what deck? What's the next word, Spirit? And let them guide you. See all those nuggets of wisdom that you gained along your difficult journey, maybe through trauma, and let them guide you. Deep diving into a task. Yeah, this card talks about going deep within to find those nuggets of wisdom, to learn from your harsh experiences that you have, to show yourself compassion for the time that you've needed to move through this space. And Spirit is also encouraging you to come back up for air now, because it's a time for connection to a new part of you that you have yet to discover. A new part of you is wanting to come into form. Perfect storm, the courage to step into life. And I feel like you do have the courage to step into life. And this energy that I'm picking up on, this divine feminine energy, is here, like it has your back, supporting you. And for you, I hope I'm explaining this right, because I'm getting all these visuals. It's like for you, when you face this divine energy, it's soft, it's beautiful, it appears like this to you, or it can. It should feel like this to you. But to others, it could feel a little dark. It could feel scary. It's like this energy has two sides to it. One is dark and scary, and that's to repel others away from you. Okay, now, I don't know. Maybe this is a guide that's keeping people away from you. Okay? But when it faces you, this energy that you're encountering, it's there to help you. It's there to serve you. I feel like we're in some territory that is perhaps unfamiliar to some. Compassionate memories here at the bottom. You've been through something. Maybe recently, maybe long ago. We all have, really. But it's coming up right now in the energy for you. And I feel like I just continually want to say that there's an energy that is compassionate towards you. And maybe you're supposed to integrate this energy that's compassionate towards you as a part of yourself. Like, hey, that's me. That's me that is able to protect myself and be scary towards others, you know, not in a shadowy way, but in a way that keeps your boundaries while still being kind and soft to yourself and compassionate to yourself about what it is that you've gone through. Difficult memories persist or are there, and there's an energy of compassion that's being extended towards those memories. That's the best way I can put it. So let's see the energy that's supporting you, Cancer. Disruption. Interesting. And the energy challenging, Cancer. Compassionate memories again. Okay. All right, let me put this off to the side so we can have room for all of these messages here. Disruption as your supportive energy. Something's entering the frame and changing the entire picture so that something you're working on or you yourself becomes noteworthy. Yeah. So there was a certain... Oh, God. Okay. So you see this card? There's a picture here. And it's kind of meh. Like, what is it? A tree, a mountain. If you saw this picture like this, you'd be like, okay, whatever. It's not very memorable, right? But when you went to develop this picture that you took, it got kind of messed up. There was a disruption in the process here of developing this picture that made it so unique and noteworthy. And now people remember this picture. They remember what you've created, or they remember you because when you were developing something, there was some kind of disruption in your energy field that created a certain aspect of you that is very memorable and unique. And that is what is supporting you. And this is also why you should be compassionate to that time in which you were developing, compassionate towards yourself, because you didn't know it at the time, but that experience was what was making you noteworthy, beautiful, able to stand out amongst a crowd, have something to offer others. Does that make sense? I hope so. And then I'm noticing this triangle, which again is the 3. And we have these 3 cards here too. The encounter, compassion, and sacred sexuality. And this might have to do with something trauma around sexuality or sex. So if that resonates with you, maybe you could think about this message in terms of that experience or memory. But if not, that's okay. This could really literally have to do with any aspect of your life. It feels kind of like an overarching message, though, that is talking about you as a spirit, as a soul, as a person, as a being, as a creator, as a kind, loving human. Compassionate memories. Okay, let's keep going, Spirit, and see what else wants to come through for Cancers, water babies. I never say that. Interesting. 3 more. Yeah, this energy I keep picking up on. I wish I had a name for it, but I don't. And that's because this energy could mean something different for each of you, or it could take a different form and shape for each of you. Like for some of you, it could be like, yeah, I am working with Hecate. For others of you, you're like, no, I'm just healing a wounded inner aspect of myself, and that could be the energy. So really put it wherever it goes. But it's really protecting you. And I don't feel like you need to do much. This is important. You don't need to do much to activate this protection or this encounter or connection that you're having with this divine messenger I'm hearing. Other than not avoid giving into any kind of fear. Set your intentions and your boundaries, but no fear. And if you do feel fear, then maybe take a break from something. Okay. Let's see. Cancer. Your overall energy, the Magician. See, you've probably already heard this, but all are one. And so when we talk about external energies like spirit guides or deities or archetypes, we're always already talking about an aspect of ourselves too. So remember that. And therefore, there's really nothing to fear. Fear is an illusion, I'm hearing. What was that? The Hangman in reverse as I said that. Fear keeps you stuck. Something about the number 5 is significant. Let's pull some cards on this other energy here. Yeah, look at this. The Hermit, King of Swords, and the Empress in reverse. See, it's like this feminine energy, but beautiful, soft, like the Empress, but in reverse, more King of Swords. It's like it doesn't feel so soft and kind to everybody. To others, it will come off as the King of Swords. And maybe this is you. Like sometimes you're like very sharp-witted and you can be very blunt and just speak the truth, or really, cut something off when you need to, or act like the King of Swords in whatever way that is. But with yourself and maybe with those that you really care about, you are the Empress. You are giving, you are kind, you are creative, you are abundant, but very protective of this. And I feel like that's okay. The Hermit, it comes from your inner work that you've done. This isn't you protecting yourself and being the King of Swords because you're in some kind of trauma response where you can't trust anybody. That's not what I'm sensing. This is a wise practice that you've initiated with yourself, that there are certain energies and entities that you just will not give the time of day, and you will not mull over it, you will not think about it, you will not let them get into your energetic space. And there are other energies that you still need to do this with, that you're working through that and you're trying to accomplish that, and you will, I'm hearing, you will accomplish that. while still being bountiful and creative. Somebody loves you very much, Cancer, okay? Somebody loves you very much. Maybe this is the person who thinks you're too far away. Could be somebody that you've lost, or it could just be someone who's far away in some sense. Some of you, this is very specific, but it's coming up. You could have someone who's very ill around you, and this is only if this is already happening. And there's a block in the way that you're able to communicate. Maybe you can't communicate with this person because of their illness. They love you very much. I don't know, that's for someone. It's very specific. Okay. This energy is showing you how much you can trust yourself as well. The Magician for your overall energy. So you're in manifestation mode. Look, a feather here. It looks like a raven skull. And I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe a bird of some sort. I'm seeing all these orbs as well. There's something magical that you're doing with your hands. There's also something that you are going to touch that is going to turn to gold if you want it to. This could be a new thing that you're doing or a new phase in your life. But I'm seeing you actually touch something. Maybe it's a doorknob that you're touching, or a key, or like a doorway. Yeah, there's some kind of doorway. There's something you touch, even like you pull open the door to your new office or workplace. It's like there's something literally in that moment of touching a doorway, touching a key, touching a handle that activates something that is your manifestation. So remember that when you have that moment, it's like you're crossing the threshold in that moment. And I feel like everybody is so supportive of you. Like all your guides, like everybody, me, all of us, we're so supportive of you opening this door. And maybe your family and friends too. There's a lot of support for you here to do this. And I'm hearing we're proud of you. Maybe you're moving. I don't know. There's a door that you're opening, and it feels like literally you're going to open a door. Could even be like you're going somewhere and you're like, oh, I don't know if I should go to this museum or not, or I don't know if I should go to this party or not. And it's like you decide to go, and as you open the door, it's like the contract begins. The manifestation, the abundance. It's cool. It's really cool. There is a lot here in your space that is just so vibrant, and so like there's a buzzing here. There's magic here. There's trusting in the unseen. There's a lot going on here in your space, and it's really time for you to capitalize on this energy and have faith in your process and what you're doing. Don't be hard on yourself, and don't let others be hard on you. Or if they are hard on you, don't let it get to you. Okay, Page of Swords for what you don't see coming. An epiphany, some new information, some access to something. Let's find out more about this. What is this? Daughter of Swords. A child might show you something that you've needed to see. It doesn't have to be your own child. It could be any child. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I don't know, Spirit, how do I say all that? What you don't see coming is all the support you have from all the realms. I feel like many of you are going to feel it, though. You're going to, like, maybe you'll even hear the applause. Or you'll sense, maybe it's not hearing it, but maybe you'll sense, like, that there's something out there supporting you, that you're not alone in this. That said, it's not because of that support that got you to where you are now. It's because of you supporting you. It's because of your wisdom. It's because you're having faith and trust in yourself. You're going to see yourself. That's what I said in the beginning, right? You're going to discover a part of yourself, Page of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, that you have yet to discover. A new part of yourself. What is this new part of yourself? Death in reverse. Oh, this is a part of yourself that is going back into the past, into those memories here. And changing them. Changing the emotions you have around them. Strength, so that they serve you. This is kind of hard to explain. Okay, but the feeling is that you understand something differently from the past. You understand it in a different way. Your emotions change around it. And it's like a burden, a heavy weight is lifted off of you. You feel lighter. You feel freer. And you're able to take that memory, that energy that comes off that memory. Like, think of a memory as like this ball, and there's all this like fog and smoke coming off of steam coming off of it. You're able to take that energy and turn it into something else. There's a lightness here in your step. And it wasn't easy to get here either. Okay, let's keep going. Six of Swords. For your opportunity. Look at this salt here. See the protection? It is to protect your mind, your opportunity, to protect your mind from thoughts that don't serve you. You know, what's the saying? Someone's been taking up space in your head rent-free. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, it's like you're evicting someone, okay? You're saying no, like, get out of my head. That's enough of that. Or maybe it's just like something you've been saying to yourself over and over again about yourself. You're evicting that thought, okay? It's not serving you. So you're protecting your thoughts. You're protecting your thoughts. Yes, that's the King of Swords too. Don't you come up here in my head, try to get up in my head, tell me things that don't resonate with me, that I don't believe, that don't serve me. Don't you tell me that. Yeah, it's like you receive some email from someone who has a lot to say that you know is probably manipulative, and you just don't bother opening it. It's that kind of feeling, that protecting your thoughts. Even if you were to read it and you know that you know it's manipulative and you know where this person is going, you don't even give it any energy at all, rather than reading it and seeing it for, just entertaining. Let's see what this bozo has to say. You're not even going to do that. You're just going to delete the email right out the gates. Now, maybe this is actually happening, or maybe not. Maybe this is just a metaphor. It's like you're just not letting those thoughts come in. And that's a very powerful thing, because when fear starts to creep in, it can really take hold if we allow it to. And it can start to grow and fester and turn into paranoia, or all these other fears come up. And I feel like Spirit is saying you're working with a divine feminine energy here that's protecting you, and also has a very strong masculine side, the King of Swords, a no bullshit side that is encouraging you to just shut down those thoughts that incite some kind of fear into your field. And it doesn't have to be another person saying something. It could be. Most likely that's the catalyst. But it could be your own fearful thoughts that start to come up. And Spirit's saying, be conscious that they're carrying the frequency of fear, and say, no, I'm not going to think about that. Or, is there something of value in this thought? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, then that's it for that thought. Goodbye. Try again another time. Or not. You get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. This reading's cool because I'm really reading energy here. And not so much hearing things or getting all these visions. It's like I'm just feeling the energy. And maybe that's what's going to start happening for you too. Okay. So your challenge is the universe. I just wrote this today. As the universe, so the soul, which comes from as above, so below, as within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. And as I was writing that, I was like, that's interesting. Maybe it's as the soul, so the universe. It seemed a little backwards to me, actually. So perhaps your challenge here is to figure out or to acknowledge how much your thoughts and beliefs about yourself and about others actually define your universe, your world, your reality. And this is why it's so important to nix those fearful thoughts, because they can start to define and manifest a reality, a horror show that we don't want to be a part of. Now, this isn't to say that you ignore atrocities that are happening in the world and you stay uninformed. That's not what I'm saying at all. You can be very informed of what's going on and still be able to work through or acknowledge the energy of fear and what it's trying to do, whether it's trying to help you or hinder you. As I said, this is a very wise energy that you have. You probably already know all of this. Yeah, see this bubble here? So I feel like you are having a big understanding of how impactful your thoughts are. Some of you are therapists or healers, or you work with someone, and what's it called? Transference, I believe it is. That's the term for it. It's like things that are going on in your life or in your mind. It's like your clients are starting to say that about their life. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it's like, whoa. I didn't know that my energy had such an effect, but it does. Maybe that's just a metaphor too. It's like your thoughts are so powerful, or your energy is just so strong that others are picking it up and taking it as their own. So once again, be mindful of the energy you're putting out if that's the case. Can I get more on this transference idea? Daughter of Cups. Yeah, there is someone susceptible around you, 8 of Pentacles, to imitate or to piggyback off of, I'm hearing, or just to follow you in some way, follow your energy. There's somebody it's like susceptible. Maybe they're young, impressionable, or they're vulnerable at some level. And you're having a big impact on them. So be mindful of that. Because karma, okay? Because we want to remember that cause and effect, every action has a reaction. So be mindful of the actions that you take with this person or around this person. They have their own work to do as well. Don't try to do their work for them. Okay. Your advice, Hangman in reverse. It's time to go through the doorway. 3 of Sticks. 3. The triple moon goddess. It's time to enact your vision that you've had for so long, and the vision that came in a dark space. But now you have the light. I'm hearing you have the light of the dark. Yeah, look at all these cards here that are really in your supportive energy. They all have a very dark background to them, which means that you've done a lot of work on your subconscious mind, on your unconscious world, that you've done some shadow work here. And all of these cards that are dark are also light at the same time. When we look at a dark card, what do I want to say here? Well, I guess it's a question. When you look at something with a dark background, like a dark card, and maybe this is a metaphor, what comes into view first, the darkness or the image on the card? The information on the card? What do you pay more attention to? Interesting. I don't know what that's about. So we're going to leave it there. But your advice is to go forward with your vision. What's going to manifest in the next 3 months, and then I'm going to tell you, and then we'll go into an extended reading. In the extended, we're going to go layer deeper. I have no idea where we're going to go. I feel like we're going to go to some cool places, though, just have to say. But if you can't afford it, or you don't want to go to that, or you think like that's a whole bullshit idea to have an extended, cool. Then just trust that you got what you needed and that you don't need anything more. But if you do feel guided, the link is in the description box below. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. It says 4 of Hills for what's going to manifest in the next 3 months. This is interesting. This is reminding me of a lighthouse, and that's a motif that comes up, or an object, I guess, and that comes up a lot in your readings. The lighthouse, you being a lighthouse, you finding a lighthouse, you being guided. I'm also seeing this, which is reminding me of a button. A lighthouse. Now, the 4 of Pentacles is about protection, guarding yourself. Sometimes it's a need to open up, to receive. So let's see what this is all about. Chariot in reverse. Oh, this is where the fear is. So I feel like in the next 3 months, 9 of Cups in reverse, you're going to be confronting some kind of fear that you have. But remember, yeah, this is why you're being guided to acknowledge this dark feminine energy, because they're here to support you, protect you, guide you through some space that you might confront as fear. So some opportunity, some doorway wants to open for you, but there's a moment of pause, hangman there, where you're like, I don't know. Should I do it? Am I good enough? Is this the path? Is this the right thing? Am I ready? And you are. You are. Okay? You're definitely ready. So what else here? Yeah, I feel like those memories from the past that are difficult, 5 of Pentacles, where you felt left out in the cold, you were abandoned, you were hurt, maybe impoverished at some level. Some of you, there's something to do with an eating disorder of some sort. I'm just seeing that here. All of those memories, be compassionate towards them. Thank them for coming up. Okay, thank you for showing me that I still have these things that are troubling me. Thank you for showing me that, but I'm ready now to move forward. Okay, I'm going to get one last card here, actually, from the Healing Spirits Oracle, and then we'll close the reading for Cancer. Carry the torch for others to see. Wake up the world. Wow, and then I'm seeing the 3 here with you underneath. So you are guiding others. Let me see what this says. And that's what Hecate typically does. Has a torch that guides you through the darkness to come out the other side to your desired reality. It says, this is card 15. Ask your spirit guide. Yeah, and that's one of the messages I had, right? Just there's messages all around you. All you have to do is ask. I just saw 44. When your head becomes too full of information and no answers come to mind, it is time to be still and tune into your guide. Find a moment when you can relax your body and quiet your mind. Then you will hear answers from your spirit guide. Even when your head is overfull with thoughts, your guide will still speak, this time to your heart, and you will receive a feeling that will let you know that your guide has answered your call. You can ask your guide anything. Guys, this is what I heard. Ask. Oh, something about Scorpio, maybe? just opened on that. Ask with the letter K underlined. Maybe that's significant for someone. Okay, ask your guide whatever you need to ask them. And remember, they're there to tell you, to serve you, to help you. All right, Cancer, that's what I have for you. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.